Welcome to the Love Government. I'm Dennis Leary. We're doing a series of videos called Sex Cards, and these are some of the cards in front of me. This is part of a larger system called the Love Government. The Love Government is the general context, but sex is very important to focus on because that's where we apply love for the most part. This general orientation is of a structure. Love has a structure to it, and it's very important that we understand that structure. We go through this structure in a wave-like fashion. We've gone through these suits, and right now we are on the middle suit here in the structure, also called the middle column of the house or the temple, and that is called form. And form goes along with mass. This is the 23rd card in the overall sequence of 52 cards, and it is the second card in the suit of form, so we call it the two of form. We are going through our human form in 7 stages. Sometimes it's called 7 chakras. The first stage, energy center, is our feet and our legs, because we're a standing up type of creature. That's a chief characteristic of our species. And we stand on our feet, and that's where we gather up the energy through our feet. Some people go barefoot to increase it, because we are focused on the earth first and foremost. The second chakra is our sexual center, our genital center in this area, and therefore it's called the sex center. The positive side of this card is called love, and the negative side is called lust. And we switch between these two sides, since life is dual. We're working on a base 2 system in life. And these cards also spin. That gives us our energy, and it gives us our information and our knowledge when we see the extremes of things, and then we can also appreciate the difference, which is down the middle. Therefore, let's focus now on sex in the love sense. Let's look at this card. Now, these cards are vehicles or tools of bringing information and energy into what we're doing here. It's kind of like if you go into a church, there's stained glass windows around you sometimes, and the light comes through those windows and it brings information. These cards are kind of like that stained glass window phenomenon. Cards actually are like computer chips also. The original computers worked off of key punch cards. They were cards. And so cards are units of energy which still have a great function in our society, such as ID cards, ATM cards, all kinds of cards. So these cards carry information and energy because we program them to do that. They're set up, and the main programming is happening is love focused, and therefore sex focused also. Love and sex go together. And we invite those kind of energies in at the beginning of these ceremonies, these rituals, these masses, whatever you want to describe them. We invite lovers from all dimensions to come in and join us, and they do. They're practically breaking the doors down to get in here. It's so valuable an experience because many of them have been so hurt in past lives and so on. They're eager to get in here and correct the situation. So we're dealing with really refined, high-powered energies through these cards. The message of the card on the positive side is that of love. And love is portrayed here with 2 people, a man and a woman, both holding up cups. And the man is reaching out and touching the woman's cup. What the card is telling us is that we're speaking about a woman-based culture. And the man is recognizing that. The man's function is to assist and be a helper to the woman, because the whole culture of love is focused on a woman and her child and her connection to the earth. And men, if they're true men or true lovers, as men, will support that system. The cup is a woman symbol because it's a holding symbol. And the woman holds the love culture in her body. In a larger sense, we're talking about the lover, which is a universal symbol for all of us. Then we have symbol here of a lioness with wings. Is a power symbol. In other words, it's love power, and she would be the queen of the beasts. And my understanding is that the lionesses do most of the work in the lion society. And the bigger, more powerful lion is the protector of the system. Underneath it is what they call a caduceus, a double helix, double snake, winding around each other. Again, that's a symbol of energy, ascending and descending energy. So we're dealing with love energies, and it could be, as we said somewhere before, the wings symbol or imagery comes from birds. Birds fly around with their wings. And in a natural, earth-based culture, people would have been very observant of that, because they were in there, embedded with nature. They would have known different kinds of birds and been really in sync with them. And that would have reminded them of their chief concern in their culture, their society, which was the body of the woman, and in a larger sense, the body of the lover. This is a different way of thinking. The love government is presenting an alternative to what we've got today. What we've got today is deeply misguided, mixed up, and confused, and it's power-based. We're not going there. We're tapping back into the love culture, which is symbolized and started 100,000 years ago, East Africa and the tropics, when we were new and young. So this is pointing to something else, and that is the woman's vulva is winged shape, or flower shape, petal shape. Think Georgia O'Keeffe. The woman's vulva is like an oval shape, and it has wings. The major and minor labia are called wings. It's a flower shape. And our aura also has wings. There's an aura around our body, which if you're sensitive, you could see it. And it's actually 2 crescent moons. It's an almond shape. Sometimes referred to as an almond shape, but it's an oval shape, which seems to be kind of a universal archetype in nature. So the wings are reminding us once again of their chief concern, their chief love. That was the woman, because she bore the life. She brought babies into the world. And she kept the world going. There's a phrase, love makes the world go round. And the reason we're in such deep trouble today in our culture of power is that there are not very many lovers left that are doing love actions. There's a lot of words about love. There's a lot of sentimentality and superficiality regarding love, but there isn't the deep love anymore left, because our culture has powered over it, pushed it down, killed it, and purposely trying to kill it. But the time when we were young, there was a lot of true love action going on. And what we're doing here today is attempting to reenact some of that by talking about it, by showing pictures that evoke it, inviting people in from that time. Our ancestors come in, and then we reenact what love means in action, not just words. Words are important too, of course, but actions. What are the love actions that are going to make the world as it was intended to be? And what are the love actions that are going to enable us to reform the corruptions that live all around us and bombard us continually? It's those love actions. And they're also called rituals, ceremonies. In the Catholic tradition, out of which I came, they're called masses, where you celebrate. Now, what we have today, our rituals are only tiny traces of the reality of love, because they've been so corrupted and watered down and twisted and turned so they're opposite of what they should be and were. And that's why we're taking this journey through this structure. That's why we're using the cards and all the information that we can. Otherwise, we're going to fall off the track and we go into the negative side, which is the lust side. So this has a luster to it, and it is deceptive. This is a dark man here looking at these symbols, and these are the 7 deadly sins, as they call them. And it is out of a love context. So you can have lust for pleasure, you can have lust for power, you can have lust for all kinds of things. Thank you for being with us, and we thank all the lovers from all the dimensions, time and space, for being with us. And we kind of sign off, not with the sign of the cross. This is a Roman patriarchal cross. But we change it to the sign of the crest, which is the woman's crest down here, with 2 crescent moons. And we say, it goes like this: in the name of the lover, going down to the earth over our genitals. That's where love takes place in a sexual sense. So in the name of the lover, the mother, going over the belly and the breast, and then the father. And they come back to the woman. So we'll leave with that blessing for all of us. In the name of the lover, the mother, and the father. Ah, woman.